So, hello everyone. Hello and welcome to this edition of Happy Hour. So for today's practice, I want to invite us to to embrace um where metta, where compassion is easiest, where it's easiest. And for some, it's easiest to start with someone we care about. That's where it's easiest. That's where it's simpler, and then we can turn it to ourselves. And one reason for um, turning to where it's easiest is, with metta, you don't want to fight against it. You want to find a way that's really easy and wholesome and nourishing, and your whole heart and body and mind can be suffused with it. And sometimes when we start practicing with ourselves, there might be some edges, there might be some nooks and crannies that are like, nope, not quite. I'm not ready to love all those parts yet. So it's okay. It's all right. It's okay. We take it gently. We warm up the metta um, through someone else who's really, really easy to have metta for. Um, and then as after it's been warmed up, then we turn it towards ourselves. And one reason why I'm bringing this in right now, especially with everything that's going on in our world, in our um, politically, etc., is taking refuge where it's easy, where it's nourishing, really where it's easy and nourishing for your own heart. No matter which side you're on, what you're thinking, it's just we're all tired and there's just so much going on. So going back to the basics, nourishing the heart um, through care, through love, and common humanity is feels right. So that's the invitation for today's practice. You're welcome to sit. If you want to lie down, you can do that too. As long as you're not going to fall asleep. If you know you're going to fall asleep, don't lie down. And I think that's all I need to say right now. Yeah. So let's begin. Let's begin. Let's begin. Arriving in our bodies. Arriving this moment, embracing this moment fully. However it's showing up, this body, however it's showing up in this moment. Inviting the body to relax, to settle, to feel our feet on the earth. To feel our sit bones, to sense our sit bones on the chair, on the cushion, and our hands touching one another. Inviting ourselves to spend some time with the length, the entirety of the in breath, the entirety of the out breath. Letting go, softening, arriving with each breath. And if the mind is wandering here and there, still engaged with what was happening before this sit, noticing with a smile the stories, the thoughts, and inviting your dear heart, your dear mind to put it down. Thank you, not now. We'll come back to this. It'll still be here, dear mind. Let's put it all down and give our heart to this practice. Settling more deeply, letting go, relaxing more of the body with each breath, with each out breath. Now I'd like to invite each of us to bring into our heart space, invite someone for whom our care, our metta, flows with ease. There's no complication in the relationship. Babies are really good for this category. Babies, children, grandchildren, pets. And if your children are now adults, when they were babies, young, friends and loved ones are good as long as there is no complication in the relationship. You can borrow nieces, nephews when they were young, and bring this being to your heart's mind, your heart space. And if you're going through the Rolodex of your mind to find the perfect being, it's okay to settle on one. And also might be some baby, child, or pet you don't know very personally. That's okay too. But a being that conjures up just brings joy, happiness, metta, warmth, goodwill. Bring this being to your heart's mind. Either if you're visual, seeing them, your auditory, hearing them, feeling them, as many senses as you can use to bring a felt sense of this being. If it's a baby, perhaps how soft and cuddly they are, how they smell. It's a pet, maybe how it feels or it felt at some point. To stroke them, hold them, play with them. Spend some time connecting, really connecting with the felt sense. As you connect with the felt sense, as many sense doors as available you can conjure up, then bring attention to what comes up in your heart space, in your mind, in your body. As you feel into this being, this beingness. For me, I notice a smile comes up, a sense of warmth in my heart center. Connecting with how sweet and cute my friend's baby is. Wishing them well, wishing her happiness just naturally flows out. I want this baby to be happy, to keep giggling, being a source of joy. It's being happy in her being a baby. You see, for you, it naturally comes up. This is metta. It's not so complicated. It might be very gentle. That's okay. Might be big. That's fine. There may not be so much sensed, but the feeling that you're planting seeds. And that's great too. Hang in there. Doesn't have to feel a particular way. Keep connecting with the beingness as multidimensionally as possible. Your body and your memory, your felt sense, as if they were right here, conjuring them up. That's the first aspect. The second, which naturally arises from connecting with them, is this sensations in the heart center, perhaps, goodwill, metta that naturally arises in the heart. And if you like, you can add phrases as the third support, as the third wheel. May you be safe, dear one. May you be happy, dear one. May you be healthy, dear one. And may your life flow with ease, dear one. Using your own words. Maybe simplifying if that feels better. Something that connects with your wish. I wish you happiness and health. I wish you joy. I wish you ease. Whatever it might be. You can add their name. Dear so and so. Sweet so and so. Whatever feels right for you. Keep connecting. And keep resting, abiding. This nourishment, this cultivation of the heart. And if at any point it gets weak, then reconnect. Keep reconnecting with their beingness as multidimensionally as possible. And remember that this practice is not about attachment to outcomes so that this being is definitely happy and safe and all that. But it's about cultivation of our heart in wishing well, in sharing kindness, in caring and loving well. That's all it is. Keep planting seeds, sharing goodness. That's all, without attachment to outcome. Keep connecting to their beingness. Keep connecting with their beingness. And as we turn to end this practice period together, in your heart thanking this being who has supported your practice today. This child, this pet, this individual, this being with their beingness, just being in the world. And also appreciating yourself for having practiced without judgment, not rating it. Whatever it was, you've planted seeds, you've showed up. Yay, that's all that matters. You've showed up. Even if there was one mind moment of kindness, goodwill, that's infinitely more than none, more than zero. So, appreciation for yourself, for the community. Let us dedicate the goodness, the co created goodness of this practice to all beings. May my practice, may our practice be a cause and condition for more goodness in the world, more kindness, more care, more love, more stability, more happiness. May all beings be happy, may all beings be free, including myself. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your practice. So tonight was simple and sweet. Back to basics where it's easy, where it's simple. It can be quite nourishing and connecting and happy making. So basically, with this practice, I review it one more time, conjuring up a being for whom our care or goodwill flows with ease. There's no complication. And really trying to connect with the way they are, their beingness is their suchness, their beingness, how they sound, how they feel, how they look, just maybe how cuddly they are, whatever this felt sense of this being. And as you connect with it, then notice what comes up in your heart and your mind. And so that number one is the being, their beingness. The being is the first leg of the stool. The second leg is what arises from connecting with them, is the feeling in our hearts, which is a tenderness, kindness, warmth, a smile, whatever comes up. That's number two. And from number two, we allow phrases to flow. Phrases to flow of goodwill, of kindness, to keep the all three going. So for today's I'll open it up later to questions and reflections, but for now I'd like to invite us now to engage in small groups, in breakout groups, to practice together. Practice METTA, metta, as the rubber meets the road. And METTA, I have it in chat. It's M standing for mindfully listening and speaking, considering the practice in small groups as a continuation of our practice in silence with ourselves. How do we show up? Can we show up with awareness, with kindness for ourselves, for others? Staying embodied. Embracing compassion and kindness. If there's any internal resistance, reaction, discomfort, can we hold it with kindness, both internally, externally? Staying on topic, and the topic I wanted to give you tonight is as you practiced today with someone for whom your metta flows with ease, what did you find supportive? Was there something that you found supportive? And by offering in the community what you found supportive, you can support other people. So again, you're not so much saying to instruct them and teach them, but just a stone soup. You're offering, oh yeah, this was supportive to me. And again, um, please only share about your own practice. Don't comment on on other people. Give them advice. No crosstalk. And take turns briefly. Offer one short nugget. Let the next person speak, and then the next person next, and then comes back to you, and you go around and around and around a few rounds. And let's go in reverse alphabetical order tonight. Reverse alphabetical order. So I'm going to create the breakout rooms now. And if you allow me a moment or two to let's see. Da, 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 da. Let me recreate them. It's always an interesting thing to do this. Recreate. Let's try this again. Okay, and I might need to move some folks around. We'll see how this goes. But okay, I'm going to open them for now. Here we go. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another, and connecting with metta and joy and care for these other beings in our lives, and also care and joy for everybody having someone or some being that they can conjure up to to wish well for. So here we go, opening all rooms. Okay, welcome back, everyone. The rooms are closed. Everybody's back. So we have some time for reflections, for questions. Everything is welcome. I'm going to change chat. You can type your questions, reflections, either to everyone, in which case I'll read your name too. If it's just to me privately, I will only read your reflection. And could also raise your Zoom hand if you like to share. What did you notice tonight? What happened? What came up? Isabel.
Ah, one thing that really is starting to uh, come into my life with doing happy hour regularly, and tonight especially, is the coming back. I get to be reminded to come back to the pet that I was thinking of, and that was like became kind of like a mantra, and like coming back to the breath. It was coming back to that space of love, of something that was not difficult to love and care, and so I'm really committed and grateful to be having this new chapter in my life with this group, and I find myself attending pretty regularly now. So there's something happening for me. Thank you, Nikki.
Yay! Thank you, Isabel. That's lovely. Thank you for sharing this. Um, I'm hearing that you're noticing something is happening, a shift is happening, which is why you're showing up. There's a shift happening, and and also what you noted with coming back the same way that in some practices, for example, Vipassana, we keep going back to the breath as the anchor here, going back to the being. That being is the anchor. We keep going back, and that being brings up the metta, and the phrases flow out of that. So having that anchor, that's oh yeah, it's clicking. Things are clicking for you, which is just lovely, and you're seeing changes in your life. Yay! Lovely. Thanks, Isabel. It's awesome. Amy.
So tonight I was having difficulty. I was noticing like an inner critic thoughts saying like, well, do you actually feel compassionate to them? You're not that actually that loving. Like you're gonna find a problem with everybody, everything, no matter what. And every time I was like, well, let me try something a little more simple. Let me try this. And everything felt sticky. And
Mm.
so I kind of just gave myself like even though I didn't feel it in a heart like embodied way, I was like trying to, give myself some compassion. Like, okay,
Yeah.
right now the brain is doing this. It's like this.
Yeah.
And then I moved to the breath a little bit, just to
Nice.
have something else that was a focus.
Nice. 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 Beautiful. Thanks for sharing, Amy. I really appreciate the wisdom of, okay, I'm the one who's hurting right now, and the mind, and also I appreciate how you, yeah, the mind is doing this right now. Okay. The mind is feeling a little critical right now. Okay, dear mind, all right, sweetheart. Okay, it's okay. It's all right. Turning instead of really trying to beat oneself up. Like, okay, this is what's happening right now. The realization of that, accepting it, and then the appropriate response, which is compassion for yourself. Great, perfect. And another option I also want to suggest to you sometimes it might actually be very helpful. Maybe tonight this wouldn't have worked either, but I'll just say it is sometimes when the mind is very critical, people whom we know and near and dear, then the mind can be critical. But you can go to, maybe you've seen a I don't know, a video of a kitty on the web, like, right, it's almost like the neutral person because it's so removed. It's like it's a kitty. It's like, how can you find fault with a kitty? Like, it's just a cute kitty. You can wish well for that unknown kitty in that cat video. So that sometimes could be helpful as well. I don't, again, tonight it might not happen, but just so you know that it's in
Yeah, that
your
feels
tool.
like just picturing it now brings a smile to my face. So I feel like there's a flow of something different. Just even, yeah, picturing, an animal, bunch of little baby animals, that.
Exactly. Bunch of little chicks. Oh my goodness. When I was growing up, I used to have chicks and it was just like, oh, just seeing an image of a chick, my heart is happy. They're so cute and cuddly. So, yeah. What? Have at it. Yeah. Great. Thanks, Amy. And Jerry.
Well, first of all, thanks for the direction at the beginning, Nikki, and I'm sorry I was a bit delayed coming from work. But
All good.
so I was thinking about this, that it does help to, in terms of the practice, in terms of what makes it easier or more focused, it does help to pick an easy person. That's for sure. Like that doesn't that you don't have a sense of some strain with. But the effect of it, though, is quite powerful because it gives me a sense of enhances not all of it, but is where I get it. But it enhances a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging, and a sense of security. So fundamental issues in terms of psychological wellness to be able to sort of, and so you feel the shift in your body, and you think, this is this is where I want to be. And now, listen, I get tired, I get lonely, I get angry, I get not. But in the state that I was thinking when you asked the question, how do you enhance the practice, or how does it help the practice, but also the downstream effects, it's quite anchoring. So thank you.
Hmm. Thank you, Jerry. Well put. Well put. Um, and knowing that y- you have expertise and yeah, a lot of knowledge in this area as you're talking about. Really the psychological resourcing that this kind of practice can allow in ways that really expand to bring um more physical stability and regulation and the heart and mind, and yeah, so many benefits and so easy, right? So it seems straightforward, like, yeah, we all can conjure up some being that's cute and cuddly and lovable and just give him love in our hearts. And oh, guess what? I feel better. I don't feel as anxious or angry or upset or exhausted that I did 30 minutes ago. Wow. I feel better. And gosh, my heart feels more open to more myself, to others. Ooh, that's the wild, amazing thing that happens with these um, precious practices. Yeah. Thanks, Jerry.
Mhm.
Thank you. Claire.
Thank you. Having a lot of video problems tonight. I just wanted to add, because I don't think anybody mentioned it, that several people in our group talked along exactly the same lines you were just speaking about, of animals and pets and the nurturing that they provide us,
Yeah,
which is
indeed.
exactly what you were saying.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Claire. Yeah. Very important. It's unconditional love and it's yeah, very nourishing. Thanks for highlighting that. Peggy.
Hi.
Hi.
Initially I had a little bit of lamenting that I had trouble finding someone that I had unconditional love for. But I did manage. But what's interesting is I was a little sad about that starting off. And now it's like that love is in my heart without needing an object, like just that feeling. So it's really nice. And thank you. Just kind of
Nice.
for everyone.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Peggy. Thanks for sharing. That's um yeah, I so appreciate the progression that you shared. And that, most importantly, that you stuck with it. Maybe that feeling comes up like, oh, I can't find anyone. Going through the Rolodex, which is very old school. But anyway, going through my contact list. Ah, um, and then hanging in there and keep practicing as best as you're able to, and then realizing, actually, wait, there's a lot of love in my heart. Wow, it's here. It's already here. It's here in ways that so hanging in there with the practice allowed this burgeoning, this shift instead of staying in there. So I really want to reflect that back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Peggy. Oh, this is so lovely. This is so heartwarming, your practice report. And I'll share my practice report too. So, um, as I mentioned earlier in the guided meditation, the person who came up was a baby of a friend of mine who was so cute, so adorable, and I was just finding myself so happy. And she just turned 1, so I was just happily um, conjuring her up, her photos, her recent photos, just cuddly and cute, like make me happy, make me well. Yeah, just and I noticed a big smile was showing up on my face and feeling really really happy of offering goodwill to this kid. Um, so that's my practice report. I'm much happier than I was before this session. So I thank you all for your practice and joining me. And I want to keep maybe give a pause for any last minute reflections, questions, anything before we close the meeting together. Okay. Going once, going twice. Okay, feels complete. So, thank you all. Thank you for your practice, for cultivating goodness, care, metta, love, kindness. Yeah, may all beings be happy. May all beings be free, including ourselves.